Good morning, students. Today we are going to begin a new chapter in Flamingo. The name of the chapter is The Rat Trap, written by Selma Lagerlof. So, dear students, let us try to know about the author. Selma Lagerlof, who was born in 1858 and died in 1940. She was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated into many languages. This story is set in the middle of the mines of Sweden, which are rich in iron ore. The story is narrated in the manner of a fairy tale. It gives us the message that the emotions of love and acceptance can reform others. Now, let us have the summary of the lesson The Rat Trap. The Rat Trap is a story about a rat trap seller who leads a very poor life as his earnings are very low. He has to resort to thievery and begging to make both ends meet. He is alone in this world and leads a miserable life. So he starts knitting up various kinds of thoughts. One of these thoughts is of supposing the whole world as a big rat trap. His views are that the world offers us various types of baits in the form of comforts of life. This in return traps us into the rat trap of the world and leads us to various types of miseries. Every night the peddler had to search for shelter. Peddler means here that rat trap seller who was roaming here and there. He was homeless, had to search for shelter as he has no home. One evening he was offered shelter by an old crofter. The next morning he stole the crofter's money, which he had earned by selling his cow's milk. To safeguard himself, the peddler chose the path through the forest, which was secluded, but soon found himself trapped in the forest as he wasn't able to find the way out of the dense forest. Later on, he finds a way to a forge and takes shelter there. Something unusual happens. The ironmaster mistakes him as an old friend and invites him to his house. The poor peddler rejects the offer due to the fear of being caught. Soon he is invited by the ironmaster's daughter. The next morning, he is somehow stopped by the ironmaster's daughter for Christmas Eve, even after being caught that he was a peddler and not Captain Starling. The next day after Christmas, when the ironmaster and his daughter visit the church, they come to know that the man is a thief who had stolen money from the old crofter. The ironmaster and his daughter repent for sheltering a thief and wonder at what all things he would have stolen by that time. Here comes a twist as instead of stealing, the peddler gifts the ironmaster's daughter a rat trap. She finds a letter of thanks and the stolen money inside the rat trap. The peddler thanks Edla for her kindness and requests her to return the stolen money to the crofter. This story gives us the message that goodness in a human being can be awakened at any time with your own good deeds. Now, let us begin the lesson and its explanation line by line. The story begins. Once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. But even so, the business was not especially profitable. So he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. Keep body and soul together. This is a phrase. It means that how to survive. Okay, in order to earn a livelihood. Even so, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger gleamed in his eyes. Some meanings are here. Odd moments means a short period of free time. Sunken means a lowered, gleamed means shone. Explanation is once there was a man who used to sell small rat traps made of wire. These rat traps were made by him in his free time. He used to collect the material required by begging from stores or big farms. Still, his business was not earning him any profits. Therefore, he had to beg or steal in order to survive. His clothes were old and torn, his cheeks were lowered inside due to malnutrition, and one could easily see the hunger in his eyes. Further lines from the textbook are: no one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond. Vagabond means here homeless wanderer. It means many names have been given to peddler, rat trap seller, vagabond, thief, stranger. So all these are only the names given to one person. So no one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond who plods along the road left to his own meditations. Meditation means here his own thinking and thoughts. But one day this man had fallen into a line of thought which really seemed to him entertaining. Entertaining means very amusing. Some meanings are: monotonous means boring, vagabond means wanderer, homeless wanderer, plods means walk heavily. Explanation of the above lines is: the life of the rat trap seller was very sad and boring. He was homeless, and slowly with heavy feet he walked along the road, lost in his own thoughts. But one day he got lost in a series of thoughts which he found very interesting. Further lines from the textbook are: he had naturally been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by the idea that the whole world about him, the whole world with its lands and seas, its cities and villages, was nothing but a big rat trap. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. It offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as the rat trap offered cheese and pork, and as soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. Some meanings are: bait means food placed on a hook to trap a rat. Here it is referred to the comforts of life which is offered to trap someone. Tempted means convinced. Explanation of the above passage is: the man was thinking about the rat trap, and suddenly a thought came to his mind that the whole world, which includes land, sea, cities, and villages, was similar to a rat trap. He thought that there was no meaning of the existence of this world. It was nothing but a temptation, just like cheese and pork, which we offer a bait to catch the rat. So, according to him, as soon as someone tries to comfort himself with joy, food, and shelter, he at once gets trapped into his rat trap, which is known as world. So, metaphor or allegory has been used over here by the poet, by the author. Further lines from the textbook are: the world had, of course, never been very kind to him, so it gave him unusual joy to think ill of it. In this way, it became a cherished pastime of his during many dreary means tiresome, ploddings means walks, to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare, and of others who were still circling around the bait. Meanings are: cherished means to love or protect. Dreary means here dull. Ploddings means walk heavily. Snare means here trap in the mouth. Explanation of the above passage is: no one in the world had ever been kind to the rat trap seller, so he started thinking ill of others. It became a favorite pastime for him. During dull moments, these thoughts made him happy, so he continued with thinking ill of those who were known to him. He would imagine those people who were already trapped in the rat trap of worldly things, and also those who were about to get trapped in it. One dark evening, as he was trudging along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside, and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night. Nor was he refused. Instead of the sore faces which ordinarily met him, the owner, who was an old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. Immediately he put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. Then he carved off such a big slice from his tobacco roll that it was enough both for the stranger's pipe and his own. Finally, he got out an old pack of cards and played Amjolis with his guest until bedtime. Some meanings are: trudging means you're walking slowly, carved off means to divide something into parts, Amjolis means a game played with playing cards. Explanation of the above passage is: one evening, the rat trap seller was walking very slowly. He saw a little grey cottage which stood by the road. He went up to the cottage and knocked at the door so as to get shelter for the night. Generally, he was not helped by anyone, but this time he was welcomed by the old man into his cottage. He was a lonely old man without wife and kids. The old man was happy to get company that night, so the old man gave him some porridge to eat and then shared his tobacco with the guest. After this, both played cards till bedtime. This is the explanation of the above passage. Further lines from the textbook are: the old man was just as generous with his confidences as with his porridge and tobacco. The guest was informed at once that in his days of prosperity, his host had been a crofter, means a farm worker, okay, at Ramsjo Iron Works. This is the name of the iron factory, and had worked on the land. Now that he was no longer able to do day labor, it was his cow which supported him. Yes, that Bossy was extraordinary. She could give milk for the creamery every day, and last month he had received all of 30 kroner in payment. Kroner means here the currency of that area. Some meanings are: generous means liberal, confidences means here secrets, prosperity means riches, crofter means a person who works on a rented farm, bossy means Latin word here boss used for a cow, creamery means a factory that produces cheese and cream, kroner means currency of Sweden. Okay. So explanation of the above passage is: the rat trap seller felt that the old man was not only liberal in sharing his porridge but also his secrets. He tells him that he was a rich man when he used to work on the rented farm, as he was old now and couldn't work. So he had to depend upon his cow for his living. The cow gave enough milk every day to be sold in the factory that produced cheese and cream. The old man said that he was able to earn 30 kroners last month because of the cow's milk. So, dear students, let us have only these explanations by now, and further explanations will be made in the next lectures. Okay, thank you, students.